Hey there, my friend. So, did you catch what just dropped on ESPN? Because if you didn't, buckle up. It's not every day we get a report that flat out sounds the alarm about the Dallas Cowboys. But here we are. According to ESPN's latest insider piece, the Cowboys are heading straight for a dangerous turning point, and it's all tied to one name, Dak Prescott. Here's the deal. Jeremy Fowler, one of ESPN's most plugged-in NFL insiders, just revealed that the long-term contract standoff with Dak is raising serious eyebrows around the league. In fact, one NFL executive went so far as to call it a potential disaster in the making. That's a quote, not just for this season, but for the future of the entire franchise. Let that sink in. The vibe inside league circles? It's that the Cowboys' refusal to extend Dak, combined with the way this front office has handled free agency and the draft, has many questioning if this team even has a real plan right now. And look, I know some fans are divided on whether Dak deserves a mega deal or not, but ESPN's report takes it further. They're saying Dallas might be underestimating the consequences of letting this drag on. Now, I want to ask you, straight up, do you think the Cowboys are playing it smart with Dak's contract, or are they flirting with disaster? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm reading all of them. And while you're at it, vote in the poll. Should the Cowboys extend Dak now, wait until after the season, or prepare to move on in 2025? This report is just the tip of the iceberg, and it sets the tone for everything we're about to break down next, because it's not just about Dak. This situation has ripple effects on the locker room, on free agency, on the coaching staff, and yes, even on Jerry Jones's legacy. So stick with me, because coming up next, we're diving into the timing behind this whole contract drama and why it might already be too late. All right, let's talk timing, because when it comes to quarterback contracts, it's everything. And in the case of Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys, ESPN made one thing crystal clear. The front office may have already waited too long. So here's where things stand. As of right now, Dak is entering the final year of his contract, with a $59 million cap hit looming over the team in 2025. That's right, nearly $60 million. And the Cowboys? They can't tag him next year. They can't trade him. And unless they strike a deal or let him walk, they're backed into a corner with no leverage. That's the point ESPN really drove home, the urgency of this situation. By not extending Dak last offseason, the Cowboys lost valuable negotiating ground. Every passing week, every quiet press conference, only makes it harder to reach a deal that makes sense for both sides. And if you're hoping this gets handled mid-season, well, history says that's not likely. Negotiating during the year brings distractions, media pressure, and tension inside the building, especially if the season doesn't start hot. Let me ask you something. Do you think Jerry Jones is actually ready to let Dak walk? Or is this all just part of a risky strategy to pressure him into a cheaper deal? Because here's the truth. Quarterbacks don't get cheaper over time. And according to Fowler, there's already talk around the league that Prescott could command $55 to $60 million per year on the open market. That's not a typo. Now, I know some of you are thinking, let him walk, draft a rookie, and reset. And hey, that's a valid view. We'll get into that scenario later. But right now, the Cowboys are gambling with one of the most important positions in football, and the clock is ticking. Up next, we're breaking down what's really going on behind closed doors, because ESPN's sources didn't just talk about money. They talked about trust, about tension, and about whether Dak and the Cowboys even see eye to eye anymore. Let's dive into what's not being said at the press conferences, the behind-the-scenes tension between Dak Prescott and the Cowboys front office. Because according to ESPN, it's not just about money, it's about trust. And that's where things get really interesting. Jeremy Fowler didn't mince words. His sources inside the league say there's growing concern that Dak and the Cowboys are not on the same page, not just financially, but emotionally. This isn't just a stalled negotiation, it feels like a strained relationship. Think about it. Dak's been the face of the franchise since 2016. He's played through injuries, led the team through controversy, and been the constant voice in the locker room. But despite all that, the Cowboys haven't extended him. They didn't even rework his deal to free up cap space this offseason, something they could have done easily if there was mutual confidence. And then there's Jerry Jones. He's been surprisingly quiet. No grand declarations about Dak being our guy for the next decade. No public reassurance to fans. Instead, we're getting vague comments and a whole lot of silence. Fowler said it best. This feels like the calm before the storm. If you followed this team long enough, you know what that usually means. Something big is coming, and it might not be good. So here's the question I want to throw to you. Do you believe this front office actually trusts Dak to win it all? Or are they just keeping him around because they don't have a better option yet? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this is a conversation every Cowboys fan needs to have. And one more thing. There's a mental weight that comes with being in limbo like this. Dak's already got the pressure of trying to lead this team to a Super Bowl. Now add contract drama and rumors about being replaced. That's a lot. Next, we'll break down what happens if no deal gets done, and the very real possibility that 2025 might be Dak Prescott's final year in Dallas. So, let's face the scenario that nobody wants to imagine, but we have to talk about it. What if the Cowboys and Dak Prescott don't reach a new deal? What does that mean for this season and beyond? Here's the hard truth. If no deal gets done, Dak hits free agency in 2025. No tags, no fifth-year option, no hidden clauses. He walks clean. And the Cowboys? They get hit with a massive cap charge of over $40 million in dead money. That's right. Whether he stays or goes, they're paying for him next year. But if he walks, they get nothing in return. And think about this. If Dak plays the 2024 season knowing there's no extension in place, how does that impact his mindset? You've got a quarterback playing what might be his last year in Dallas, with the pressure of proving his worth all over again. Every throw, every interception, every loss will be magnified 100 times. Plus, the team dynamic changes. Guys in the locker room know when leadership isn't fully behind their quarterback. You can't fake that kind of energy. And that uncertainty? It spreads fast. And here's the wild card. What if he balls out this year? What if he throws 35 touchdowns, leads the team to 12 wins, and gets them deep into the playoffs? Suddenly, the price tag goes way up. Then you're stuck. Either pay him a fortune on a bidding war in free agency, or let your franchise QB walk away for nothing. So I want to hear from you. Would you rather the Cowboys extend Dak now and lock in stability, or roll the dice and risk losing him in 2025? Vote now, and sound off in the comments. Because like it or not, this is the situation. The Cowboys are gambling, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Coming up next, we're talking about the shocking options the Cowboys might already be exploring behind closed doors. And what happens if they're preparing for life after Dak? Now, here's the part that might sting a little, but it's got to be said. Are the Cowboys already planning for life without Dak Prescott? Is it possible that behind all the "we want Dak here" talk, they're quietly preparing for a different future? Let's look at the moves. First, there's Trey Lance. The Cowboys gave up a fourth-round pick to get him. Not exactly a blockbuster deal, but not a throwaway either. Lance was the number 3 overall pick in 2021. He's still only 24. And while we haven't seen much of him, it's clear the Cowboys wanted to take a chance on someone with serious upside. Then there's the 2025 NFL Draft. The Cowboys could absolutely be eyeing a QB next year. And you better believe that if Dak walks in free agency, they're getting compensatory picks and using those picks to reload. Think about it. A young QB on a rookie contract gives you flexibility across the roster. That's the model teams like the 49ers, Bengals, and Texans are riding right now. But let's be real. It's also a huge gamble. There are no guarantees with rookie quarterbacks. For every Joe Burrow, there's a Zach Wilson. And while Trey Lance has potential, he hasn't proven anything yet. So if the Cowboys are thinking of moving on, they better get it right. So here's my question to you, and I want you to really think about it. Would you be okay with the Cowboys letting Dak walk if it meant a fresh start with a younger QB? Or do you think this front office is playing a dangerous game that could backfire for years? Drop your vote right now and hit the comments with your take. Should the Cowboys stay the course with Dak, or is it time to look ahead? Thanks for riding with me through this deep dive. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more Cowboys news, and turn on those notifications. You don't want to miss what's coming next, and trust me, it's heating up.